Hello friends, welcome to Rajas Data Engineering. In this video, I'm going to explain how to read CSV files from Azure Data Lake Storage using Spark Pool in Azure Synapse Analytics. This is one of the common scenario across data engineering, data analytics, and data science related projects. Let us assume we are going to develop one POC related to data science project. So as part of that data science project, first we have to read certain CSV files using Spark Pool. Let me summarize the high level processes. This is the entire life cycle of this POC. So first we have to create blob storage account. Within the blob storage account, we have to create containers that will contain the data. Then we have to upload the CSV file. In this case, I have created one sample CSV file that would contain population of all the countries across the world. Then we have to create Synapse workspace, okay, where we have to develop Spark solution. Once we have created Synapse workspace, then Synapse should be able to read and write the data from Azure Blob Storage. For that, we have to provide um, storage blob data contributor access to Synapse account. We have to give this access to the user, through which we are logging into Synapse workspace. So this is very important step. If we don't provide access to that user, then it will not Synapse Analytics will not be able to read the data from blob storage. Once you have granted access, then we have to create Spark pool in Synapse workspace. So this is nothing but a computing engine that is responsible in executing the code that we are going to develop as part of this POC. So I have already created one video and posted in my channel to deploy Spark pool. In case you don't know how to deploy Spark pool, then you can refer that video. Once we have deployed this computing infrastructure, then we have to create a notebook to read the CSV file from blob storage. Once CSV file is read and data frame is created, then that can be displayed for our verification purpose. This is the complete life cycle of the process. This is a sample CSV file that I have created. It would contain country name, country code, and population. So it would contain all the countries along with country code and population count. As part of this POC, these are the important steps we need to follow. First, we have to get the account name. Account name is nothing but the blob storage account name that we have created. And within the blob storage, we had created container. We have to retain that value also, container name. And within the container, we can create folders. In case we have created folders and uploaded the sample file, then we have to give the relative path under container name. These are the important parameters we have to note down. In our example, I am going to upload the sample file under the root folder of container. So I don't have any subfolder under container name. So once we have retrieved these three values, then based on that, we have to give that value while reading the data for CSV. In the location path, we need to mention that. So this is the standard syntax for that. We have to create the path using these keywords. Okay, this is the standard keyword ABFSS. Then in this place we have to give the container name. Then at the rate, then we need to provide the account name. Once that is done, at the end, we need to give the relative path. Okay, by combining these values and the keywords, we have to supply while reading the CSV file. This is a standard format. I hope you understood. Let us get into the demo. This is the Azure Data Lake Storage that I have created for this demo. Here, POC develop. Now we are going to develop some data science POC project. That is the reason I have developed one Azure Data Lake Storage with this name. So the account name, this is the account name. Okay, in our previous slide, we have seen, we need to retrieve three parameters. POC develop, this is the account name. And within this account, I went to container section, and in the container, I have created one container called data science. So this is the second parameter, okay, data science. Okay, within the data science, I haven't created any folder, but at the root location, I have uploaded the sample file that I have shown, world population data.csv. Let me open. I can show you the data. Here you can see, this is the sample data that I have shown. We can preview also in Azure Data Lake Storage. If I click on preview, it will show in tabular format. Here you can see, it's country name, country code, population. So it is giving the list of countries along with country code and population. So let me close this. So we have created Azure Data Lake Storage, blob storage account. Then within that container, then we have uploaded the file. Then we have to create Azure Synapse Analytics. I have already created. Then the next step is we have to grant access. So for that, we have to go to access control IAM. IAM is nothing but identity access management. So you have to give within access control, you have to add new access. Okay, add role assignment. Within that, you have to give um, storage blob data contributor access to the user, through which we will log in into Azure Synapse workspace. So I have already done that step. So let us jump into Azure Synapse Analytics. This is the Azure Synapse Analytics environment. Okay, within this, first we have to create Apache Spark pool. So for that, we have to go to manage Blade. Within that, we have to get into Apache Spark pools. So I have already created one Spark pool that is called data science. So if you don't know how to deploy this one, I have already posted one video. You can refer that. I can add I button here. You can watch that. Once we have deployed Spark pool, then we can develop the notebook. In order to develop notebook, we have to go to develop section. So let me click on this. So in order to develop a new notebook, you have to click on plus symbol. Then we can select notebook. Let me click on notebook. So we have to provide a name, meaningful name. So let me give data science POC. I've given this a name. Then the next step is we have to select the language. So here we are planning to use PySpark language. So the default one is PySpark. So I will leave it as it is. And coming to a Spark pool, we need to attach the Spark engine. If you have multiple options, if you have created multiple Spark pools, then it will display. But in this case, I have created only one. So it is displaying data science. Let me select that. So we have to attach computing infrastructure with this notebook. That is very important step. So once that is done, we have to write the code. So I have already created that code. I can copy paste. Here you can see. Now I'm importing certain libraries. Then I'm giving account name. This is taken from our Azure Data Lake Storage and container name. The container which got created under Azure Blob Storage account. Then the relative path. Okay, I have created under the root folder itself. So this is the file name. I have given the relative path. Based on that, here I have given these three parameters. Okay, percentages. Then here percentages. Here also percentages. Okay, these percentages would be replaced by these variables. Okay. Once that is done, then I'm creating data frame DF. Okay, this data frame will read the file from this blob storage. Once that is done, I want to display the value. So for that, I can write DF. So this is the complete code. So let me execute this. So it started booting up the cluster. That is a Spark pool. It will take a couple of minutes. Then we can see the result. So the execution has started, and we can see job execution is in progress. See, the execution is completed, and we can see the output in the table displaying the data frame, and the data frame gives this output: country name, country code, and population. No, it has header is true. That is the reason it has treated the first row of the file as column names. So it's country name, country code, and population. So we can see this output. And if you want to see this output in a chart, then we can click on chart. It will display in chart. And if you want to change the chart type, then we can go here, view option, then we can change the chart type. We can apply. I have chosen line chart. Then we can apply. We can see how we can see the data in tabular format, or we can customize to chart format. If you want to export the result, it has given options: CSV format, JSON, or XML. We can export the data also. We have developed the solution locally, which means only we can see this notebook. No other developer can see. So we until unless we publish this notebook, no one else can see. So if you want to publish, so that all other developers from your team can view this notebook, then we can click on publish all. That's it. Now this is how we can read the CSV file from Azure Data Lake Storage to Azure Synapse Analytics using Spark Pool. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, please subscribe this channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button. Thank you.